What specifically would you do on the county commission to make Brevard County friendlier to business and job creation? Michael?
Two things that I look at, and that's my two goals. Number one, as a developer, I've seen regulations over the last 20 years get bigger and bigger, thicker and thicker. And I'll tell you, it beats down a lot of business people. There's a lot of people I've talked to around here who don't expand their business or who don't go into business because we got too many regulations. I think it's getting a little too picky when somebody in the county government is going to sit there and say, well, at your apartment complex, this is the exact type of grass we want in this exact type of area. Do they think that somebody who's building that apartment complex is not going to make it nice looking? Because if it isn't nice looking, people aren't going to come there and rent it. So let's give private business a little more credit. They're going to do what's best to help them, and that's not by putting out a bad product. The second thing is, instead of having targeted tax cuts, if we cut the tax rate overall, we can compete with any other county anywhere around the country. And that way, because businessmen will have more money in their pocket, they can invest it in their businesses as opposed to investing it in government. And if we citizens have more money in our pockets, then we will be spending more money at those businesses, and they'll also grow because of that. Thank you.
Thanks.
Definitely regulations impact new business and growth of business. There's so many different aspects of it. I've felt it before. Unfortunately, I work in 32 states, so you really can very much appreciate the trouble we have. But this is a very, very friendly area for business. We've seen the growth. However, the regulations grow too as that goes. I really believe what has to happen is there has to be a careful approach to looking at the regulations. A lot of them can be combined, a lot of them are outdated. There's just a lot of things that it's not looked at from the business perspective. And when you have a community of a lot of small businesses, my business started here too, you have people that can get together and can look at it from the standpoint of what's the impact on me. And as a county commissioner, I'm going to listen to them. And quite frankly, I think that needs to be a formalized group of people that are business leaders to speak up together and become the county commission. Not just to complain, but just specifics and have a fix. This is what we want. This is why we need it this way. And this is why we need jobs. I mean, we want moms and dads working. That's what makes our community thrive. That's why we have school systems that it keeps everything going, the economy going, everything. I was here, I grew up after the Apollo days, and it was devastation when everybody was laid off. It was terrible. As a kid, growing up around that. So moms and dads need to be working, and they need to stay here, not uprooted. And that's what I support. But I do believe, as a county commissioner, you need to listen to us taxpayers. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Jack?
Yeah, the key to us having a good solid base economically in Brevard County is manufacturing, small business. We need to do everything we can to create an atmosphere and set it up so that they can succeed. And over-regulation, I'm not against regulation. There's a reason for regulation. Over-regulation, I would agree with these gentlemen on over-regulation, and we see too much of it, and we do need to look at that. But we need to do whatever it takes, and we need to utilize every tool we have. We need to realize that there are good people in this county that care. Resources, people are resources. We need to forget about the rhetoric. We need to get away from all the negativity. We need to let that stuff go. We need to look at each other, because there's good people out there on both sides of every issue that can contribute. And standing right in the middle of that, along with the citizens, is the county employees. I've met with these people, the county employees of every department, and they're good people, and they got great ideas, and they're a great source of information. If we would just listen, if we would get beyond taking sides in issues And maybe that sounds simplistic to some of you all, to me it's not. Because where I came from a year and 9 months ago I was neutral. And right now, I'm still neutral. I want to see what's best for Brevard County. We got to realize where our culture lies, what makes us strong. We need to stick together. And when you walk into a county or a city, and those people get it, you can feel it. It's electricity in the air, and you know what's happening. Brevard County is on the head of a pin right now. We could go either way. We could go down the abyss, or we could stand together and make this county and be a beacon for other counties. And my time is up.
Thanks, Jack. Ron?
No one needs to tell me about the difficulties of regulation. I'll give you a couple examples. My father built Abbey Marina, which is now Harbor Town, okay? That can't be built today, okay, because of the types of regulations that we have. I built 3700 Commerce Center up in North Merritt Island. I can't build that today. Okay, even today, with the regulations that we have, not just county regulations, but state and federal regulations, which, by the way, is going to be one of the biggest problems we're going to have in cleaning up the lagoon, okay, is we have to simplify all of that. It's like taking 5 years just to dredge down the O'Galley River. So we have these layers upon layers upon layers, of government that's just really choking us. You have to be willing to risk, there's nothing you can do today without being in violation somewhere and getting some kind of variance, okay? And you have to have a government, a county that really wants to help you, get the job done. And that was the way that it used to be, okay? You would go in and they would help you out. But now you have to be, like, to do a project like I did, you'd have to be willing to risk $500,000 and not know that you're going to be able to build it. So this is a big problem. It's not just here county. This is federal, state. It goes all the way up the lines. Okay, and a very frustrating thing for me. Obviously, I think that what we need to do, though, is in those areas where we can help out, and that's why I want to focus on the small business. Okay, when we start doing some development, instead of giving breaks to large corporations and so forth, get away from that and try to help out the small business and the family-owned business. Okay.